On this day, we come together to celebrate the lives, legacies, and cherished memories of remarkable personalities we've recently lost. We take a moment to reflect on their incredible journeys and the inspiration they continue to give us. We'll also talk about WWE stars who are facing struggles that have drawn love, support, and prayers from millions of fans. Subscribe now and be part of our family that keeps their stories alive. Antonino Rocca, born on April 23, 1921, in Treviso, Italy, was more than just a wrestler. He was a pioneer who changed the way people viewed professional wrestling. At a time when most wrestlers relied on brute strength and slow, grinding moves, Rocca brought something entirely new to the ring: speed, grace, and showmanship. With his boundless energy and infectious charisma, he made wrestling feel alive and exciting, transforming it into a spectacle that audiences couldn't get enough of. Sadly, Rocca's incredible journey was cut short when he passed away at just 55, but his influence continues to echo through the sport today. During the 1940s and 1950s, Rocca became famous for his breathtaking agility and innovative moves. His signature techniques, like the drop kick and the flying head scissors, were revolutionary at the time. Fans had never seen anything like it. Instead of simply overpowering opponents, Rocca seemed to dance across the ring, combining athleticism with artistry. He inspired a new generation of wrestlers who would later turn high-flying wrestling into one of the sport's most popular styles. In the 1950s, Rocca joined the Capital Wrestling Corporation, which eventually evolved into WWE. His partnership with the company helped it grow into a powerhouse of sports entertainment. Rocca's natural charm and ability to connect with the crowd made him a beloved figure, especially among Latino fans in New York City and Puerto Rico. For many, he represented hope and pride, a hero who defied expectations and broke barriers. His matches often drew sold-out crowds, proving that wrestling could capture mainstream attention. Beyond the ring, Rocca cared deeply about health and physical fitness. He was one of the first wrestlers to advocate for bodybuilding and disciplined training long before it became standard practice. He believed that maintaining peak physical condition wasn't just about looking strong, it was about feeling strong, both mentally and physically. Rocca's passion for well-being and his respect for the sport left a lasting mark on wrestling culture. Jerry Winston Jarrett, born on September 4, 1942, was far more than just a wrestling promoter. He was a visionary who helped shape the foundation of professional wrestling in America. Known as a wrestling genius, Jarrett's mind for the business and his passion for the sport made him one of the most respected figures in wrestling history. His influence stretched across generations, and in 2009, he was rightfully inducted into the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA Hall of Fame, an honor that cemented his lasting legacy. Jarrett's journey in the wrestling world began in the 1960s, long before he became a promoter. After being trained by Tojo Yamamoto and Sailor Moran, he made his in-ring debut in 1965. Wrestling came naturally to him. He was charismatic, sharp, and had a deep understanding of what fans wanted to see. Alongside his mentor Yamamoto, Jarrett found early success as part of a tag team in NWA Mid-America, winning titles like the NWA Mid-America Tag Team Championship and the NWA Southern Tag Team Championship. These early years gave him invaluable experience that would later fuel his success as a promoter. In 1977, Jerry Jarrett took a bold step and founded the Continental Wrestling Association, CWA, in Memphis, Tennessee. This wasn't just another regional promotion, it became a breeding ground for talent and storytelling that would influence wrestling for decades. Partnering with his longtime friend and wrestling legend Jerry "the King" Lawler, Jarrett turned Memphis into one of the hottest wrestling territories in the country. Their collaboration brought electric rivalries, unforgettable characters, and passionate crowds who lived for every match. As the wrestling world evolved, so did Jarrett's vision. In 1989, he merged CWA with World-Class Championship Wrestling to form the United States Wrestling Association, USWA, an ambitious attempt to unify territories and expand wrestling's reach. Though he sold the promotion to Lawler in 1997, Jarrett wasn't done building. In 2002, he co-founded NWA, Total Nonstop Action, TNA, with his son, Jeff Jarrett, offering fans a new alternative to WWE. Jerry Jarrett officially retired from wrestling in 1988, but occasionally stepped back into the ring during the early 90s. He passed away at 80, leaving behind not just a legacy of championships and promotions, but a story of creativity, resilience, and lifelong love for professional wrestling. Doug Furnas, born on December 11, 1959, in Sullivan, Indiana, wasn't just another name in the world of professional wrestling. He was a powerhouse of athleticism and heart. Before he ever stepped into a wrestling ring, Furnas was already a gifted athlete, known for his incredible strength and conditioning. That natural talent translated seamlessly into wrestling, where he combined raw power with surprising agility, earning the respect of fans and fellow wrestlers alike. He began his wrestling journey in the late 1980s, starting small but quickly making waves with his strong work ethic and drive to improve. Furnas first gained attention in the United States Wrestling Association, USWA, where his combination of muscle and movement stood out. His performances caught the eyes of major promotions, and soon he found himself competing on bigger stages, including the World Wrestling Federation, and World Championship Wrestling. But it was in Japan, under the banner of All Japan Pro Wrestling, AJPW, that Furnas truly found his stride. Teaming up with Phil LaFon, he formed one of the most respected tag teams of the era. Together, they delivered fast-paced, high-intensity matches that thrilled crowds and earned them multiple tag team championships. Their teamwork, built on trust and skill, set them apart in a time when wrestling was evolving rapidly. Furnas's explosive power moves, combined with his technical precision, made every match feel like a masterclass in athletic performance. Despite never being the loudest or flashiest personality, Doug Furnas had a quiet charisma that drew people to him. Those who worked with him often spoke of his professionalism, humility, and unwavering love for the sport. He wasn't just wrestling for fame, he was wrestling because it was part of who he was. Sadly, Doug Furnas passed away at just 52 years old, a loss that hit the wrestling community hard. Yet his legacy endures. Fans remember him not only for his physical strength and technical brilliance, but also for the heart he brought to every match. Doug Furnas remains a symbol of dedication, discipline, and passion, a true athlete who gave his all to the sport he loved. Paul Bunyan is one of the most beloved figures in American folklore, known far and wide as a giant lumberjack with extraordinary strength and an equally enormous personality. Legend has it that he was born somewhere in the vast forests of the American North, destined from the start for a life of remarkable feats. Tales of Bunyan's strength, skill with an axe, and unmatched ability to clear forests quickly captured the imagination of early Americans, making him a symbol of the rugged, pioneering spirit that defined the nation. Everywhere he went, he was accompanied by his faithful blue ox, Babe, and together they are said to have shaped much of the American landscape, leaving a mark on the world that was larger than life. Stories of Paul Bunyan's accomplishments are as grand as he was. He could fell entire forests, carve rivers, and even create landmarks like the Great Lakes. all through his own labor and determination. These legends celebrated not just raw power, but also innovation, resourcefulness, and the relentless drive to make the world a better place. To the communities that relied on timber and to generations that heard his tales, Paul Bunyan represented perseverance, ingenuity, and the courage to tackle challenges head-on. But behind the myth, there was a human cost. The life of such constant labor, even for someone as mighty as Bunyan, was grueling. Years of relentless work and physical exertion eventually took a toll on his health. Over time, the strain led to heart problems, a sobering reminder that even heroes are not immune to the consequences of overwork. His passing, attributed to heart disease brought on by years of heavy labor, was felt deeply by those who knew him and by the communities inspired by his stories. It highlighted the price of extraordinary effort and the sacrifices that often accompany greatness. Despite his death, Paul Bunyan's legacy remains alive. His story continues to be celebrated in books, monuments, festivals, and folklore, reminding people of the enduring power of determination, courage, and adventure. More than just a tale of strength, Paul Bunyan's life is a testament to the human spirit, its capacity to dream, endure, and leave a lasting mark on the world. Nelson Frazier Jr., born on February 14, 1971, in Memphis, Tennessee, was a commanding figure in professional wrestling, remembered for his larger-than-life presence and the unforgettable characters he brought to life in the ring. Standing out not just for his sheer size, but also for his charisma and adaptability, Frazier carved a niche for himself over a career that spanned decades. Frazier first made waves in the early 1990s under the ring name Mabel in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. As part of the lively tag team, Men on a Mission, alongside Mo and guided by their manager Oscar, Mabel brought a fresh, hip-hop-inspired energy that captivated fans. Their dynamic performances and infectious charisma helped them achieve success, including winning the WWF Tag Team Championship in 1994. Frazier's momentum continued to build when he captured the 1995 King of the Ring tournament, stepping into the persona of King Mabel. This transition marked his evolution into a dominant heel, leading to a high-profile rivalry with Diesel for the WWF Championship and solidifying his place in wrestling history. After a short hiatus, Frazier returned in 1999 with a new, darker persona, Viscera. As part of The Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness, he embraced a menacing presence that showcased his power and intimidation. Viscera's role as the Ministry's enforcer made him a key player in some of WWE's most memorable storylines of that era, allowing Frazier to reinvent himself while still commanding attention in the ring. In the mid-2000s, Frazier evolved once again, taking on the name Big Daddy Vi on WWE's ECW brand. With a revamped look and under the guidance of manager Matt Stryker, Big Daddy V clashed with notable stars like CM Punk and Kane, demonstrating that even after years in the business, Frazier remained a formidable force. Tragically, Nelson Frazier Jr. passed away on February 18, 2014, due to a heart attack. Yet, his legacy endures through the characters he embodied: Mabel, Viscera, and Big Daddy V, each leaving a lasting impact on professional wrestling and the fans who cherished his larger-than-life performances. Ric Flair, known to the world as Richard Morgan Flair, stands as one of the most recognizable and influential figures in professional wrestling history. Born on February 25, 1949, Flair's journey from a young man with a dream to a global wrestling icon is nothing short of extraordinary. Over the course of more than 5 decades, Flair has captivated audiences with his larger-than-life personality, dazzling robes, and inimitable in-ring skills. earning the affection of millions and the respect of countless peers. To say that Ric Flair has left a permanent mark on professional wrestling would be an understatement. He has shaped the very identity of the sport, blending athletic prowess with showmanship in a way few have ever matched. Beyond the glittering lights, the roar of the crowd, and the championship belts, Ric Flair's life has been a testament to resilience, perseverance, and the complexities of fame. A journey that has included both soaring highs and significant personal challenges, particularly concerning his health, which have tested his fortitude and shaped his story in ways fans may only partially appreciate. The legendary career of Ric Flair. Ric Flair's career began in the early 1970s, and from the outset, it was clear that he was destined for greatness. Flair's charisma and technical skill in the ring were immediately apparent, and he quickly developed a reputation for delivering unforgettable matches that combined drama, athleticism, and storytelling in a way that few could replicate. His signature style, complete with ostentatious robes, the "woo" catchphrase, and a knack for captivating audiences during interviews, became his hallmark, helping him stand out in an era crowded with talented wrestlers. Flair's list of accomplishments reads like a history of professional wrestling itself, including his record 16 World Heavyweight Championship victories, numerous accolades across different wrestling promotions, and rivalries with some of the sport's most iconic names, such as Ricky Steamboat, Dusty Rhodes, Sting, and Jerry Lawler. These matches and feuds are still studied and celebrated today for their storytelling, intensity, and impact on wrestling as an art form, reflecting Flair's ability to elevate both himself and those around him in the ring. Even outside the squared circle, Flair's persona and influence permeated popular culture, making him a household name that transcended wrestling, appearing on television, in movies, and inspiring countless future wrestlers to emulate his charisma, work ethic, and dedication to the craft. Health struggles and challenges. While Ric Flair's professional life has been filled with accolades and fame, his personal journey has been shaped by serious health challenges that have tested both his resilience and the devotion of his fans. Over the past several years, Flair has confronted multiple life-threatening conditions that have required urgent medical attention, prolonged hospital stays, and major surgeries. In 2017, Flair underwent critical surgery to remove a piece of his bowel, a procedure that came after a series of severe complications including kidney failure, which left him in an extremely vulnerable state. During this time, Flair was placed on life support for 2 weeks and remained in intensive care for a month, a period during which doctors provided a stark prognosis, estimating only a 15% chance of survival. The ordeal not only underscored the fragility of life, but also revealed the determination and fighting spirit that have defined Flair both in and out of the ring, as he battled against overwhelming odds to regain his health. The following year, Flair faced additional challenges when he underwent 4 heart surgeries due to cardiovascular issues, further highlighting the seriousness of his condition. Diagnosed with alcoholic cardiomyopathy, a condition in which the heart's ability to pump blood is impaired due to prolonged alcohol use, Flair required a pacemaker to stabilize his heart rhythm and help improve his day-to-day quality of life. Each of these events has been a stark reminder of the human vulnerabilities that exist behind the mythic persona of the Nature Boy, and they have prompted an outpouring of support from fans and fellow wrestlers who recognize both his contributions to wrestling and his courage in facing these life-altering challenges. Ric Flair's final match and health revelation. Despite the severity of his health issues, Ric Flair's passion for professional wrestling never waned. Determined to give fans a fitting farewell, he trained intensively for what was promoted as his final match, committing fully to the idea of exiting the ring on his own terms. Flair's preparation involved rigorous physical conditioning, diet adjustments, and mental focus, demonstrating his dedication to the sport he loves, even as his body bore the scars of decades of physical exertion and medical complications. Tragically, however, Flair's health intervened during the match itself, as he experienced a heart attack while performing. The true extent of this incident was only revealed months later after further medical evaluation, leaving fans shocked and concerned about the risks he had taken to honor his commitment to wrestling. The episode served as a sobering reminder of the delicate balance between passion and well-being, highlighting the fact that even legendary figures like Ric Flair are human and subject to the same vulnerabilities as anyone else. Nevertheless, Flair's determination to engage with fans and continue his presence in the wrestling community, despite the risks, further underscores his commitment to the sport and the deep connection he has cultivated with audiences over decades. Addressing rumors and clarifying the current status. Given Ric Flair's well-documented health struggles, rumors regarding his condition have naturally circulated, fueled by both fan concern and media speculation. Some of these rumors have suggested that Flair might be facing additional, more serious health crises, or that he may be nearing permanent retirement from public appearances. While it is important to exercise caution in interpreting such claims, it is equally important to acknowledge the verified updates that Flair himself has shared. Ric Flair has consistently been open about the challenges he has faced, speaking candidly about his medical journey and his ongoing efforts to manage his health. He remains under close observation by medical professionals, receiving appropriate care and adjusting his lifestyle to accommodate his condition. While Flair may not be as active in the wrestling ring as in his prime, his influence and presence remain significant, as he continues to engage with fans through interviews, public appearances, and media interactions, reminding everyone that while his physical activity may be limited, his passion and legacy are enduring. Flair's openness about his journey has also served an important role in raising awareness about health challenges faced by aging athletes, particularly those who have endured intense physical careers, offering both cautionary lessons and inspiration for fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Financial considerations and public life beyond health. Ric Flair's life has also been shaped by financial realities and the practicalities of managing wealth accrued from a long career in professional wrestling. Like many athletes, Flair faced periods of financial strain, complicated by medical expenses and the demands of maintaining a lifestyle consistent with his public persona. Over the years, he has made efforts to manage his finances prudently, with the support of advisors and family, and has remained a visible figure in wrestling media, reality television, and other entertainment ventures that help sustain both his public profile and his financial security. While specifics of his finances are often a topic of public curiosity, the broader takeaway is that Flair, like many high-profile athletes, has had to balance his legendary status with the very real considerations of healthcare costs, retirement planning, and lifestyle management, which together reflect the complex reality of transitioning from a career at the top of professional sports to life beyond the ring. Legacy and inspirational journey. Ric Flair's story is not simply one of athletic achievement or personal challenges. It is a testament to resilience, adaptability, and the enduring impact of human spirit. From the early days of his wrestling career to his decades of championship victories, and through his most serious health challenges, Flair has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to his passion and a determination to live life on his terms. Fans continue to celebrate his matches, memorize his signature phrases, and honor his influence on generations of wrestlers who follow in his footsteps. At the same time, his candid discussions of health struggles, heart surgeries, and the difficulties of aging as a professional athlete have provided a more human perspective on the life of a public figure whose image often seems larger than life. Flair's journey underscores the fact that even those who achieve legendary status are not immune to the trials of the human condition, and it offers an inspiring example of facing adversity with courage, humility, and perseverance. Continued engagement with fans. Even in the face of medical challenges, Ric Flair remains committed to his fans and the wrestling community. He continues to make appearances at conventions, interviews, and media events, sharing stories from his storied career and offering wisdom drawn from decades of experience. His willingness to engage with the public and discuss his health issues openly has strengthened the bond with fans, who have followed his journey not only for the spectacle of his performances, but also for the human story behind the persona. Flair's visibility serves as both reassurance and inspiration, demonstrating that while health and age may limit physical activity, the spirit, legacy, and influence of a true icon are enduring. In many ways, Flair's continued presence in public life helps bridge the gap between generations of wrestling fans, connecting those who grew up watching him perform with younger audiences discovering his legacy for the first time, ensuring that the impact of the Nature Boy remains alive and relevant. Conclusion: Ric Flair's enduring legacy. Ric Flair's life and career encapsulate the highs and lows of professional sports, fame, and personal perseverance. From his record-setting achievements in the ring to his very public health struggles, Flair's journey is a story of triumph, challenge, and human resilience. Despite the serious medical conditions that have tested him in recent years, including bowel surgery, heart attacks, pacemaker implantation, and alcoholic cardiomyopathy, Flair continues to navigate life with courage and openness, providing inspiration for fans and athletes alike. His legacy extends beyond championship titles and legendary matches. It is defined by his ability to face adversity, his unwavering commitment to the sport he loves, and the profound influence he has had on wrestling culture worldwide. The story of Ric Flair is far from over, as he continues to engage with the world and his fans, sharing his experiences and demonstrating that even in the face of significant health and personal challenges, one can remain a figure of inspiration, resilience, and unforgettable entertainment. Fans remain hopeful for his continued recovery, cherishing both the memories of his incredible career and the example he sets as a human being who has faced life's trials with unmatched determination. As Ric Flair moves forward, his contributions to professional wrestling, his openness about health challenges, and his enduring spirit ensure that he will forever remain a true icon of the sport and a symbol of the remarkable resilience of the human spirit.